Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The COMELEC clarifies that candidates will not be given questions in advance before its sponsored debate. The poll body will only be releasing general topics to help the candidates prepare. Greg Gregorio with the report.
The Commission on Elections targets to hold its first presidential debate on March 19 for the upcoming May polls. But just around 2 weeks before the event, the poll body admits they have yet to finalize all of the parameters for this upcoming debate. Recall that the camp of former Senator and presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos wrote COMELEC a letter asking for the format of the debate. For now, COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez said the debate will have a single moderator format. And as part of ground rules, no specific questions will be given to the participants beforehand. The COMELEC was quick to clarify, though, that the candidates will be informed about the general topics to be discussed in the debate.
Every candidate will have the opportunity to do whatever research they need to do in preparation for the debates, because they will all be given the general topics, the general area around which the questions will revolve.
Jimenez notes that there will be no código or prepared notes that will be allowed to be brought on stage. Candidates will only be given pen and paper for impromptu note-taking during the debate. Apart from this, Jimenez added that the candidates will be given a debate kit, which would guide the candidates on do's and don'ts during the discussions.
The kit will also tell the candidates the treatment of the paper after they've used it. Because remember, if they're scribbling notes on that, diba, hindi yan itatapon afterwards. That is literally presidential records. So those will be preserved as property of the COMELEC.
These and other parameters are expected to be ironed out through a memorandum of understanding with the candidates. The MOU is eyed to be accomplished following the COMELEC meeting with the candidates' representatives this week. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Let's check in on other election-related stories we're watching today. Presidential bet Isko Moreno visited Bataan, kicking off his sortie in the town of Pilar, where he used to work as a farmer. There, he thumbed down calls to revive the Bataan nuclear power plant, saying he wants to prioritize safer sources of energy. Another presidential aspirant, Manny Pacquiao, is making rounds in Pangasinan to get support from the vote-rich province. He once again called for eased campaign restrictions, as several areas are now under COVID-19 Alert Level 1. Presidential candidate Ping Lacson held a town hall meeting with farmers and other stakeholders in Camarines Norte. While Lacson acknowledges that the province is a known bailiwick of Leni Robredo, he emphasized that at the end of the day, voters can still make their own decisions. And the uniteam tandem of Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte remains neutral on the issue of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Marian Enriquez with the report.
The Philippines has voted in favor of the United Nations resolution condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This as the current situation intensifies and its effects becoming more evident to Filipinos. While other presidential candidates took a stand against the Russian attacks, frontrunner Bongbong Marcos doesn't think a stance is needed on the matter.
So neutral, sir, anong stand natin? Neutral ba tayo?
I don't think there's a need to take a stand. We are not involved except for our nationals.
Marcos Jr. says the problem for the country now are those who do not want to be repatriated from Ukraine. 19 Filipinos have since been repatriated out of the hundreds staying in the area.
I worry about our nationals. Marami na rin napos sa Poland. But there are some who do not want to be repatriated, so that's the problem for the Philippines now.
Marcos running mate Sara Duterte, meanwhile, clarified her neutral stance on the issue. Duterte emphasized the need to follow the direction of the national government.
It was a hypothetical question po. Sinagot ko siya in a hypothetical manner din. Opo. I am not a president or a vice president, so it doesn't really matter kung ano yung stand ko sa ngayon because I am not a part of the national government.
Meanwhile, Marcos has not made a categorical statement on whether he will attend the COMELEC debate or not.
I don't know. I'm still looking at the format.
Duterte's camp, on the other hand, had said the Davao mayor will skip the event.
We do not discuss the matter on debates between me and Apo BBM.
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. GCash says it has been complying with the guidelines for safe and secure e-sabong operations. This comes on the back of dozens of allegedly missing e-sabong players over the past weeks. Senator Bato de la Rosa, who is part of the panel investigating this issue, claimed that 75% of transactions on the mobile wallet app is from e-sabong activities. Meanwhile, the National Police Force is now investigating some of its own personnel allegedly involved in e-sabong. PNP records show 7 complaints involving police officers having been filed since January this year. And devotees flocked to the Baclaran Church this Ash Wednesday, with lines stretching out to Redemptorist Road. The NCR and 38 other areas are now under COVID-19 Alert Level 1, where in-person religious gatherings are allowed. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News. So we all like him.
Hello. Yeah.
Oo nga, wala nga. If at least he did good, I think, sa